Hello, everyone. This is all about how to overcome picky eating in the topic of autism. So, as you can see, I have this delicious meal that I'm about to enjoy. But believe it or not, there was one time where I went like this. I wouldn't have it. Believe it or not, and I'm sure you've probably seen a bunch of pictures of me holding up cheeseburgers because that's one of my favorite foods. There was a time when I did not like cheeseburgers at all. I hate it. I loathe it. I would not take a single bite, and I think that they are the worst foods ever. And that's how much of a picky eater I was. I would not, even when I try like a sliver of a bite, I would just be like, ugh, disgusting. It's ridiculous, redunculiosis. So how do we overcome that? I will tell you that there was a book, and you might want to check this out. I believe it's called "The First Bite Won't Kill You," and it's animated. And that means the cover is like in cartoons and with picky eating children, about to see what their mother cooked up. And in this book is all about the pickiest of eaters that can work. My mom have tried this book, and turns out I happen to like lasagna. It's like spaghetti, except much different. And speaking of pasta and spaghetti, there were times where my mom would like to cheat, quote unquote, and by doing this, she would actually add extra protein to the spaghetti or to the lasagna, or even to the taco meat whenever I eat the burritos. But that's basically what my diet was back in the day. It was pasta, pizza, those little bagel bites. You remember bagel bites? Yeah, neither did I. So those little things, pizza pockets and chicken nuggets. That's where my mom actually learned how to replicate the chicken nugget recipe, and there was Swedish pancakes, peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm trying to do 10 here, so bear with me. and let's see. I want to say coffee, but that's much more later. And then it was waffles and grape juice. Those are just my ideal diet now concept too. Wasn't really quite the ideal best, but it's the reason why. But that's pretty much the good reason why my mom decided to cheat by adding extra protein to these diets, and even adding some little powder when I'm drinking the grape juice and all that kind of thing too. And that's just more of a healthy alternative. I never even realized it. It's almost tasteless, and I'm still here today. But back to the overcoming of picky eaters or picky habits. My mom and my dad they challenged me to at least try it once. At least I would probably say once a month we would try different foods, and if we liked it, that's number 11 to the diet. And if I didn't, we'll try it again some other time. So that's what we kind of do. We basically tried a whole bunch of things. So when it comes to picky eating, and there's one thing I also want to mention too. That in the book Becoming One, I mentioned well, the chapter is called Taste Buds. And like the title suggests, I like to see these as your little buddies. So what does your buddies say? What does your taste buds say? Because sometimes it's okay to listen to your taste buds. You can try it, and if it doesn't work out, then it's okay to say it doesn't really work out for me. No one wants to. I believe that it's not really necessarily appropriate to force food into other people, and you can try one thing, and then if you don't like it, have to eat it. I take for me because I've had some experiences where I felt like I had to just sit at the table, and I would not leave that table until I eat my eggs. Unfortunately, every time I try to eat my eggs, and believe me, I tried very hard to eat those eggs, but it turns out I ended up gagging and all that kind of stuff too. I couldn't handle it. My taste buds said no at the time, and I couldn't do it. I tried my very best, and I'm sure there are people out there that really want to try to finish their food, but unfortunately they couldn't. And I'm here to say that it's okay. It's okay when you see something like this on your table and you try it once. And if your taste buds say otherwise, then it's okay. You're just not ready for that food product at the moment, and that's why I believe that taste buds mature over time. See, what do I mean? Well, as we go back to the eggs example, it's true. I used to have a hard time with eggs, gag all the time, and now today, I really enjoy eggs, specifically over hard eggs. That's pretty much like basically the only object I would order from the local diner is eggs over hard with a biscuit with raspberry jam and a coffee. That's believe it or not, that's like the only thing I order from the local diner. I hardly order anything else. Of course, I would order anything else, but those eggs over hard are just so darn good. And sometimes even when you're at this age, you can still be a picky eater. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to try these new things too. Maybe one day you like pancakes, the other day you might like waffles. So that's why almost every time we do these videos, I always encourage the power of try. The power of trying these different things too, and especially when you're at this age, these taste buds mature very magnificently, as I would say. It's like as your body changes, your taste buds change as well, and you never know what's going to be your all-time favorite foods. Today happens to be burgers, hamburgers here and there too. Like I said back then, I used to not like them, and now I really do like them. So when it comes to picky eating, I would say that it takes time, patience, and that attitude of trying. And I've actually noticed that a lot of parents, they come up to us and say, maybe my kid won't ever eat eggs or won't ever eat chicken or anything like that too. All I will say is that it does take time. Eventually, those buds will mature, and who knows? Maybe they might start enjoying buckets of fried chicken one of these days too. Just never know. It's one of those things where you gotta take time, energy, patience, and a lot of foods to try. As a matter of fact, that reminds me too. While we're still on the subject, there was a time when I did this diet for 1 year, and this 1 year happens to be the year that I happen to have a strange sense of appreciation for other foods. This diet involves having no dairy products, no gluten, and no wheat. That's what the diet is about, and we tried that. So we tried different foods that had no gluten, no wheat, and no dairy products, and it was okay for the time. And after that year, all of a sudden I suddenly showed some more appreciation towards the food that actually does have dairy and gluten and wheat in these things too, to the point where I just want to try them all at one point. and I believe that when you try these different diets, these taste buds can also try to figure out what's going on and have this desire to try these new things too. And that's what I've kind of noticed too. I'm not a doctor, or anything like that. But that's what I kind of notice. When it comes to tasting foods. However, it's always kind of funny too. My mom, she even says, before filming this, is that she's a much more picky eater than I am, because she doesn't enjoy mushrooms and shrimp, which actually I love mushrooms and shrimp. I mean, was like one of my favorite things too. But I was like, Mom, why you're not enjoy. Why are you not eating your shrimp? Why are you not eating your mushrooms? Should we whip out? Should we bring out the book called One Taste Won't Kill You? Yeah, it's like maybe I should teach mom a few things about foods that are actually generally good. All kidding aside, though, too, it's like. That just goes to show that one moment your kid's picky ear, then the next moment maybe you're much more picky ear than the kid. just You just never know unless it takes time and patience. So that's why I kind of say too. However, little known secret is that even though I try a whole bunch of foods, my least favorite food is actually tomatoes by itself. That's true. I'm not really a big fan of tomatoes. I know a lot of people enjoy tomatoes by themselves, but I'm not really too fond of tomatoes. And I always kind of like to joke around whenever I'm doing whenever I'm going on tour, with the curtain and all that kind of stuff too. It's like I always want to encourage people that don't like my performance to throw tomatoes at me because not only that's a common heckling tactic, it's also because I don't like tomatoes that much. So I kind of figured that would be kind of such a funny thing for people to do that because they know I don't like tomatoes. It's like kind of thing too. Anyway, all this food talk is getting me excited and it's getting me hungry. So before we log out, I would like to show you, based on popular demand, and by popular demand I mean by my mom's request, of how to eat a hamburger. So here's what you do: you take both hands and you apply your four fingers on top of here like this, and your thumbs go on the bottom like this. And think of it as in like you're holding onto a turtle or a video game controller, and then just like that, all you gotta do is just take one big bite. Delicious. Back then, I would not have wanted to eat this, but now I do. While I consume this delicious food, check out our other videos up over, let's see, somewhere around on the screen too, and yeah, just have fun, as I consume. Feel free to watch, and I hope to see you again on the next video. Thank you so much, and remember, no limitations, only adjustments. Good night, everyone.